So high vegetation, low vegetation, rocks. This also, I'm going to take demo. I'm going to call it demo. And so what it's going to do at first is, because I gave it some parameters, it's going to create my first world in front of us, in front of our eyes. And then after, I can absolutely re-randomize everything, and I can start tinkering with the world. So I hope it's going to work, because sometimes it doesn't. All right, looks like it's working for now. So it's starting with so it's like a layer thing. So it's starting with the ground. Then it's starting with then it's doing the trees, and then it's doing the bushes and the rocks and everything. And so here it's a medium map that you can see. I think it's about 0.5 kilometer in size, and this is all procedurally generated. And so if you go in there, so we have the waves going into the ground a little bit sometimes, but so this is all generated in front of your eyes. I think the longest generation we have when we do, I did this actually earlier. I did large map with maximum everything, and it took 45 seconds. It's pretty long when you're just like doing nothing, you know. But it's kind of the longest generation we have for now. And believe it or not, but the longest of the whole generation is the grass. The whole, because it's like, I think hundreds, 100,000s objects that are spawning at the end. So a good chunk of it is this. So I'm gonna start, for example, with painting my here with so desert. Sounds a little counterproductive, but it's a beach. So you can see now it's like sandy, kind of a paradisiac, you know, little beach right here. So it's changing everything. Later on, when all biomes are going to be available, you'll have the beach for each biome. So the beach for the deserts are going to look the same as the beach from the mountain biome and stuff. So right now, as it's very limited, we have everything in the same biome, so it's a little weird. But later on, if you paint road, for example, and because I can do it for, like, I'll show you. If I have road, like this, and I paint road, as you can see, it's I just painted a road like this. But this is the road of the mountain biome. So if you have a road, for example, for the desert biome, and it's more like very dry rocks and stuff, and there's no grass, it will draw another type of road. And if you change the biome of a map you've done, it will keep the places where you've painted the road and the forest and stuff, and it's gonna just change the biome. So that's pretty cool, because if you have like a setup that is really nice and you want to just make this as an oasis, for example, you go desert biome, and it's gonna re-randomize everything, but it's gonna keep the placements and where you've painted everything and stuff. For example, here I'm just gonna continue do my stuff. Here I'm just gonna I can increase the strength and the size of it. So now I can, just create some cliffs. I just go around like that. So you can see it's pretty responsive. It's pretty good. It's not lagging too much and stuff. I can come here. This is something I like to do also. Here, and with my negative. All right, that's a hole. So now I can just traverse. Whoop, like this. I'm on the other side. So this is the terraforming tool. Here I can dig a little bit in it. I can do some cool stuff like this. So for now, when you do, for example, I'll show you another feature a little bit. So I want a clearing. So I want no high vegetation. It's going to be no trees. But I want a lot of grass, and I want some rocks. And so I'm going to do that here. So I hand draw like a zone like this. And now it's going to generate And so it's generating this in front of me, which is cool. It's exactly what I want. But it's also generating everything in the back. And this is annoying because now, as you can see, it's almost done. But it takes a lot of time to do the rest, which is not what I wanted. But I have my clearing. My clearing is done. It's pretty quick overall. I can go back here and I can be like, oh no, here I want some trees, not that many grass. I want a lot of rocks, and I'm gonna do something like this here. And so yeah, imagine that this small detail changes to the generation are going to be so much faster later on, but for now at the beginning of the beta it's this. So I don't think it's too long because of the result. I mean, like, to me it looks pretty good for that amount of seconds you spent on it. If you've worked on 3D or even like 3D VTTs and stuff and placing everything by hand, you know that this is nothing. But you will see that as humans, we adapt to everything. And when you have done this little rounds thousands of times and you see this little bar loading and you know most of it is just the rest and it's useless, it starts getting on your nerves. So it will get improved upon. Don't worry about it. This is kind of beautiful because I think I have the time speed. So I think that the sun is actually moving real time. No? Oh, we can see it now. You want to see a sun setting with me? All right, look at it, guys, and enjoy. And now you can see the stars and the aurora borealis and the moon rising. In the forest. All right, focus. So it's back to that. So yeah, I was finishing on the terraforming. My map is starting to look pretty weird because I'm tinkering with it. And you have the roads. So roads, I'm gonna hand draw like a road like this. It's gonna turn and go up to the lake, to the ocean. So now it's generating. Again, long Y. You see the road is almost finished, but it regenerates the whole map. It is annoying, but it's something that will go at some point. And so the road is done. You can see beautiful road. All textures will be updated. For now, it's kind of whip, but I think it looks very good already. But it's not what we're gonna end with. It will be a lot better later. And so what it does, it clears all the vegetation. So if you have a dense forest, the road passes under. If you have not that dense a forest, it just crosses. The fences are here just to show that it's possible now. It's not something that you will have to have all the time. If you do another road and it crosses the first road, you'll have a crossroad. So it does blend. It's not gonna have, you're not gonna have fences and stuff. Later on, we'll have little posts also in the middle of it. So yeah, we have the river. If you go in the river, you actually have this. You can see the kind of the god rays. If I move the light, you can see it adapts. Later on, you'll have like some kind of particles and stuff. And yeah, if your river crosses a road, automatically, what does it do? It puts a bridge, and you'll have different types of bridges. You can choose the mesh and stuff. Here looks beautiful. I mean, Kevin, looks beautiful. So this is something you will have from the get-go in the beta. So I told you every character that we had during the Kickstarter campaign will be available. So you have this kind of skeletons. As you can see, it's loading right now, so it's not looking very good, but it's the texture is loading. And now it's looking pretty fresh. We have this kind of characters, so you have a little bit of it. So you can see we didn't clean it up, but we have a few Hero Forge minis. It's been when we've been making tests with Hero Forge actually, and this is something we plan on doing. you will be able to have an API and pull your Hero Forge minis from there. Large, and I'll keep that here and update the wall. All right. Do you like what you see? Because again, I cannot really see everything, and it's a shame, but I can do it all. Do you like what you see, guys, so far? All right. Bless you guys. Love it. Many questions. I'll stay here for a while. So I'll try to not focus too much on the question. I took a few because I took a couple because I was regenerating stuff, but I'll keep my tour of the what you'll have in the beta. So yeah, by the way, everything you're seeing here is the beta build. So it's made for it is what you'll have. So yeah, you can see this is a large map right here. So it is pretty big. I mean, from here, I'm at the edge to the other edge. I think it's what? Vince, help me again. Oh, is he here or did he leave? Because I think he has to leave for medical at some point. All right. It's 1 kilometer radius, I think. So if you take the center point and you go to the edge, it's 1 kilometer. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm French, so I don't know the. I think it's six. It's 0.6 miles, I think, and then you make a radius. And so, yeah, again, when you fly over, because it's what when you world building, this is what you do. But if you go there, like you see, for example, I'll show you. It's really huge because you see the map. Okay, I'm gonna go from here, let's say, to there, to the water, and you'll see how long it take if you walk, and you'll see like the level of detail. And I'm walking here, so it's regular walking speed. So it's like 3 or 4 kilometer an hour. Again, sorry. 1.6 kilometers is 1 mile. Yeah, sounds about right. Oh yeah, something else you have right there during the beta is the point of interest. So I'm gonna add some clouds because it looks cool. I'm gonna a little bit of fog because I like it in the distance, and I think it's cool. Create view. Then I'm gonna go somewhere else. And here, I'm gonna just go here, and I want it nighttime. Nighttime, and I want, yeah, clouds at night. Looks really rad. And where's my moon? My moon is over there. So I can change. I'm kind of burning stages here, but I can change the. No, it is the wind astral angle. Yep, come here, moon. Come here. And don't move. Time speed 0. And so I want this. Looks really nice. Wait. All right. New. And now, one last. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to just make it. Oosh. Now I'm blowing my perfect performance. So what's happening right now is a couple things. I'll explain why my performance are taking a hit. Yeah, a little bit of snow, beautiful. Another point of interest. And now I can switch from one to the other. Boom, instantly came back to where I was with the state of everything. So you can see sometimes the light takes a little time to adapt, but it's basically there. And so this is what I'm going to use a lot, because how I play is I play on site. I play at my home around the TV, and we do all the battles and stuff. We do it on a mat. I have the mat right here, and we do it on the mat, and we play with like beer caps and stuff like this, and we don't care too much about it. It's just like we're talking. But as a GM, what I love to do is having my immersion things on the screen. And so now that was my dream actually before we started building the engine. It was like, oh, I would love to have that, because I was using like, YouTube videos, 4K of snowy mountains and stuff like this. And with this, I can actually be like, oh yes, it's snowing and stuff. And if at some point I'm like, oh, remember this place, this one, I can just show, everything that's what else. So here there are presets. So basically here it's clear sky, cloudy sky, foggy. So during the day, it's so bright that it doesn't look too good. But if you put foggy during the night, it looks a lot better. There's rainy. So as you can see, it does make the ground wet. It will do ripples on the sea and the lakes, but right now it's not connected. But we'll do it. We had it done for the starter build actually. Everything's gonna be wet. The wood, everything like this. The rocks, I think you can see that it's wet. Then you have thunder, storm. Looks a lot worse or better depending on how you see it. I'm gonna wait here. So you don't have the sound. It's a shame because it's really starting to. I can hear the thunder rumbling, and you have. If I wait enough, you'll see one. There are lightning storms, and they really light up the scene. It's like everything goes white, and it lights up the trees and everything. So if you put thunderstorm at night, and you kind of, there's some settings. I'll leave you to play with it. I think I'll try. So I put night. I put the fog down a little bit. Oh, here you can see it. So now it's scary, and you can see that. Oh yeah, and I heard like on my computer. And you see the light on the trees. And I can tell you, like, if your players are at home at night and they have like a 5.1 and you stream that, I mean, like you're putting them in a situation like this, they'll shit their pants. They'll shit their pants. It can get really scary because now you can actually see it's realistic. If you're at night and you have cloudy sky, you don't see anything. You see a little bit of the sky, but it makes sense. If you have, I can see. I'm gonna turn it down because it's cracking at my place. Time speed. So like I showed you, I have the time speed, so I can. This is really cool. Again, to like you have your players and you're like, a day pass, and you just like start putting the time to the maximum, and then you have the sun setting and everything. And I start hearing crickets. You can't hear. It's a shame. Next time I'll sound. And you can see the moon passing and stuff, and then you have the sun rising. Oh, maybe some saw it. There's a rainbow. It's a new feature from today, actually. And if you click on this is the ruler. You can actually measure in feet how far stuff are. So what's the use is obviously you have your character and you have a skeleton, and we'll give you a few tokens and stuff like green, blue stuff, like so you can actually use it for basics. Even if you don't have all the minis and stuff, you can still use the VTT as the basic function. So if you move a character, you can see how much in an increment of 5 meters. And if you want to just calculate because you're like, okay, how can I strategize and stuff, you can take the ruler and you can be like, oh yeah, but it's like too far, this is too basic, but it works. Oh, grid is working now. Kind of made it work. So if you look too far, the grid is not displaying. It's kind of around surrounding you. Retry the grid. Yeah, Vince. Thanks. I don't know why, but it's so if if I go too far, I don't see the grid anymore. But because it was very, very it was looking bad, when you had the grid on the whole world, and it's enough. I mean, like this is probably 100 feet from me. I don't think you need measurement for that, and you can do it with a ruler actually. But when you display the grid, now your characters snap. So if you drag and drop it like this, of course it's not working when I when I'm showing it, it will snap during beta and afterwards. Oh, now it's working. So if I put it a little bit on the side, up, it snaps, and all my characters snap. And now I can use the grid. So this is basic functions, but we figured it would be good for you to have, so you can world build, and even with with a few tokens, the dice, the grid, and the measurement tool, you can even do some battles. So of course, it's very bare bones. You don't have anything. You don't have the game systems. You don't have the character sheets and stuff, guys. For now, we'll have to use it with the character sheets on computers on our desk, and but we're working on the rest, the world building, and I think you see that we've been working pretty. It was an absolute pleasure to show you the build. We're very proud of what we have. I really hope you liked it. Don't hesitate to share your feeling also in the general